What's going on there, folks? All right, we're going to test the new. Now, this just came out a couple days ago, guys. This is the GeForce NVIDIA 660. All right, we're going to compare it to the 660 Ti and the 1060 6GB card. All right, this is the gigabyte model. The WindForce OC Overclock Edition, $219. Not a bad price. All right, we're gonna see what it can do. I have no idea. No one else has a video on this card, so I said, hey, the people need to know what the 660 can do. So let's take a look. Actually, I'm gonna show you. We'll take a quick look at the other cards and we're going to compare it to the 660. Alright, this is on Ethereum. Alright, doing 236 basically. Alright, the GPU 7 right there, that is a 1066 gig. Alright, now it has the Hynix memory in it. So with the Hynix, that's about it. You're going to max it out around 19 or 20. All right, when you have the Micron or the Samsung memory, you can get 23 mega hash with a 1060. But unfortunately, here she is with a Hynix chip in it. These are the two 660 Ti's. All right, great cards. I think it's the best mining card out there right now. I got one for $230, open box. And I got one on eBay for $250, brand new, not even opened. Some guy bought it. He bought the wrong card, he said. But these both have Micron memory in it, and they do 29. Here's the other one, 29. All right, you can get close to 30 with them. But I don't like maxing out the cards. Here's my 1070. They get 31. My highest card is a 1070 Ti. Again, you can get a little bit more than this. You can probably get close to 33. But I don't max them out. So 1060, 1070 Ti, 1070, 1070, 1070, 660 Ti. 1070, 660 Ti. I'm going to take out the 1060 and we're going to put in the 660. Remember, the 1660 have I been saying the 660? I'm sorry, the 1660 is a GDR5. All right, so it's just like the 1070, the 1060, 1050 Ti. The 660 Ti has GDR6. All right. Again, it's a great card. The 660 Ti. You know, once they start, becoming available used on eBay and other websites. I mean, if you can grab one of these for $200, even in this terrible market, which is, it's going up a little bit, then it drops, then it goes up. Still, make your money back, within a year or so with this card. But ROI is what it's all about, right? For some people. But all right, so let's do this. Oh yeah, I'll show you something too. People max out. I tell you, when you mine Ethereum, guys, I see it all the time. And like these guys who have like crypto channels that are like doing this for a living and stuff. Believe me, there is people that do this. But anyway, they crank up the power to 90 to 100. There's no need. I got it at 66, 732. This is the 1070 Ti, getting 32 and a half. My 1070s, I only put it 650. No core. I never use core. They use core plus 200, plus 250. And look how cool these cards are. 55. 61, that's the 1070 Ti. And I got the NVIDIA cards. That's why the fans on these NVIDIA cards aren't that good. You only got one little fan. 660, 45 degrees. That's great right there, yeah. And here is my 660, and here's my other 660. They stay really cool. That's it, 850. No core, 66 power limit. Really not using too much power. Here's my other 1070. You know, this only right now, I believe I'm using 905. It goes from 905 to like 890 total watts. All right, so you know it's like $1.80 in electric a day, and makes around around $3.75 a day. So you know, but the market is terrible. But if you believe the market's going to go up, that's what it's about. That's why you're doing this, right? You believe in crypto. I don't really care. I just love the mining part of it, seeing how much I can get out of it. All right, so let me shut this down, and we're going to attach the 1660. All right, we got it started here. Here's the 660. All right, GTX 660. Above it is the 660 Ti. Number 3 is another 660 Ti. 1070. I took the 1070 Ti off so I could put in the 660. 2 more 1070s, a 1050. Oh no, I took the 1050 Ti out. What did I forget? Oh, I got the 1070 Ti in. Okay. Oh, I took one of the 1070s off. All right, so 1070 Ti and a 1060. All right, another thing too, man, even on some of these channels that like deal with crypto every day with this mining stuff, they overclock the crap out of this stuff. Power limits, you know, 85, 90. You know, they're cranking the core clock up to plus 150, plus 250 with Ethereum. You don't need to do that. You just don't need to do it. You're not going to gain anything. And like I said, I'm running this at 66. You know, usually I run it around 60. But, you know, 66 isn't bad either. But this whole unit, all right, 8 cards, all right, 4 1070s, 1 1070 Ti, or 3 1070s, 1 1070 Ti, 2 660 Ti's, a 1060, and a 1660. Right? 8 cards. Of around 875 watts I'm pulling. Of course, I'm not over cranking the power limit. Alright, so you guys obviously want to know what the 1060... Let's make this nice and big here. What a 1060 does in comparison to the what the 660 does compared to the 660 Ti. All right, 660 Ti is doing 26. All right, which is, you know, this basically ends. There's no need to buy a 1060 card anymore. You know, every 1060 card that I was, you know, I wasn't gonna obviously buy one, but they're all around $50 to $80 more than this brand new 660. The 660 came out around a week ago. $219 for the 660. All right, so you're getting 26 mega hash with a 660. This right next to it is the 660 Ti. All right, so you're only getting, you know, 3 more mega hash with a 660 Ti, and they're around, you know, anywhere between $50 to $70 more. So, you know, unless like me, I got these for one for $230, and one for 250. The only reason I would have got a 660 Ti. But I'm going to be honest with you. You know, this card just came out, right? The 660. You know, if they drop to like 199, I don't think there's a better card out there. You know, they're cheap. They don't take a lot of electricity. Yeah, sorry about that. So, yeah, like I said, the rig is pulling around 230. Like I said, I took a 1070 off. So I was getting 31 mega hash. Now I'm getting 26. You know, you can crank these. You know what? Well, it's around 3. You know, like I said, I'll show you real quick what I got my 660s at here. Alright, they're at 829. I mean, I can go up to 900, I'm sure. And I could probably, the 660, I'm at 818. That's about it, you know, again, to get a couple more. Obviously, you're not going to get a couple more mega hash, but, you know, to go up a tiny fraction of a mega hash, I just don't think it's worth it. You know, and you start worrying about it possibly crashing and stuff like that. But again, right now, I'm going to be honest with you, man. In my opinion, now I have every card from a 1050 Ti all the way up to a 1070 Ti. And pretty much every card is on this rig except a 1050 Ti. I finally pulled the 1050 Ti off. But, you know, $219 for 26 mega hash. You know, again, if you can get the 660 Ti for, you know, $250, where you're only paying like $30 more, then I would say get the 660 Ti. And, you know, if you're into gaming with this stuff too, I would probably say go with the 660 Ti. You know, GDR6 compared to GDR5, you know, compared to the 660. But if you're using it just, you know, maybe to start a little mining rig that's, you know, you don't want to spend a lot of money, cheap, or you're looking to build, you know, a real cheap computer, again, I would probably use the 1660 Ti. I'm messing up all these numbers here, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, guys, so, again, 1660 Ti, you're getting around 29 to 30. With a 1660, you're getting 26. So anywhere between 3 to 3.5 more mega hash out of the 1660 Ti. You got to ask yourself, is it worth the extra 80 bucks, 70 bucks? You know, again, it just came out, the 1660. Don't be surprised at some point some retailer has them for $199. At that price, I don't think you're going to find a better mining card. You know, like I said, you know, the 1070 is pulling 31 mega hash, right? But it's using a lot more power, a lot more watts. This 1660, and that's another good thing about the 1660 Ti. The 1660 Ti right now is pulling around 75 watts. All right. The 1660 is pulling around 70 watts. Actually, between 70 and 75. So, you know, mostly below, around closer to 70, but it kind of fluctuates a little bit more than the 1660 Ti. But yeah, these new cards, guys, are really, you know, you're obviously getting some more mega hash, nothing crazy, but, you know, I got a 1060 right here. Look at it. It has that crappy Hynix memory in it. I mean, that card cost me $300 back in the day. Now, luckily, I paid, this whole rig is paid for probably 2 times over, because I got in, you know, back in January when prices were just, you know, Ethereum is $5 right now. When I was mining it, you know, for those 2 or 3 months, crazy. I think it was like 18, 20 bucks. So, but yeah, great little card, the 1660. I got the, you know, you saw the picture. Here she is right here. It's a gigabyte double fan, 219 bucks. Has the Micron memory in it, just like the EVGAs. They both have Micron. As long as you don't get any Hynix. Hynix are no good for the mining anyway. And I hear with gaming, you want Samsung or Micron. But that's about it, folks. Real quick little video here. Again, 1660 Ti. 1660 Ti, 1070, 1070, 1070. The 32 is the 1070 Ti. And that's your 1060, which is a killer. Normally a 1060 with Micron or Samsung memory, you get around 22 mega hash. So, but again, big improvements. The 1060 card, not only is it more money, you know, the specs, even with gaming, 'cause that's what they really are. These are gaming cards. Much better with the 1660 over the 1060. And again, if you're going to game with these cards too, maybe you're going to build a computer, maybe you're going to mine a little bit, but it's going to be mainly used for gaming, I'd probably go with the 1660. All right, people. Peace.